Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Dairy Site, and today we're here with Dr. Gabi Acetoze. She is the North American Director, Creation, Design, and Development at ADM Animal Nutrition. Thanks for being with us today, Gabi.
Thank you for having me, Sarah. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, it's great to talk to you again. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the challenges that dairy producers face. So let's start right there. What is the biggest challenge dairy producers face during the transition period, and how can it be addressed to ensure cow health and productivity?
Sure. No, thank you for the question. So when we look at the transition period, right, that animal is going from non-lactating pregnant to then start a new lactation, calving. So there's a lot of metabolic changes that goes through, right? There's a lot of changes within that animal that happens to shift that, pregnancy, development of the fetus into preparing that udder to be into full milk production, right? So all we are really trying to do is get that animal to, pass through that period of the transition the best way possible, right? With the right management, the right rations, good husbandry, to provide that animal all it needs as far as the energy and all the nutrients in order to give them the best kickstart into lactation as possible. So they undergo this process of so many metabolic changes, and what we're really trying to it's instill in them or enable them to have as much metabolic resilience as they can in order to overcome all these changes and set up for a successful lactation to come.
Very good, excellent. Gabi, what sets Nexulin apart from other feed products on the market?
So it's really unique as far as manufacturing and the IP technology, right? So it's a capsicum-based product, but it's a rumen bypass capsicum, because we're really trying to get capsicum to bypass the rumen and to reach the small intestine, because that's when it's recognized by a receptor, and then through a cascade of hormonal events, it really works in the process that we call glucose sparing, which is drive gluconeogenesis, drive glucose production, and that to be picked up by the mammary gland to be converted into milk. So what I would say that it's one of the most unique, values of Nexulin is that precision delivery on the site of action. Really, it's what really sets it apart.
Very good, excellent. What feedback have you received from dairy producers who've used Nexulin?
So far it has been, very successful for us at ADM Animal Nutrition, not only here in North America, but, across all 5 regions that we have a presence. Recent, field demonstrations has shown, a really bump in milk production, around 5 to 6 pounds on the first 100 days on average per cow per day. So producers see, as a huge benefit to improve their milk production efficiency, which also, improves their income over feed cost and overall dairy farmer economics.
Excellent, very good. Can you share some insights on recent dairy trials conducted, and what was the impact across different regions?
So we have owned this technology for a while, right? So the data dossier has been, coming year over year. Right. So what we did this year, we took time to combine all those 7 trials that we have and that qualified to enter this, what we call multi-studies analysis. And what we really did is we see all this positive feedback in the field, right? But does it also confirm from a statistical standpoint? So we did run some statistical modeling on that, and what we were able to find out is that, when you look at those 7 trials across many different regions, from New Zealand to France to Brazil to Canada and the US, we saw that consistent repeatability response of 5.7 pounds per head per day on average on those first 100 days in milk. So that also helped with, increasing pounds of fat and pounds of protein as well. That is driven by the greater milk yield. So that's what the new marketing material that we have developed from this multi-study analysis allowed us to just confirm what our customers are telling us.
Very good. And I would think that's a strong ROI as well, right?
That is correct. So when we look, milk prices and the cost of, of the additives, way greater than, 7-1, 10-1 in many
Right.
cases, and when milk prices are higher than what they are currently here,
Right.
the fall of 2025, it can even be a bigger impact.
Yeah, even bigger, right? Very good. We'll talk a little bit about big picture right now. How do you see advancements in ruminant nutrition shaping the future of dairy production?
That's a question that I get to reflect quite often, right? So we look at the globe, right? Growing population, growing demand for high quality protein. So there's this continued drive for milk production that also relays really close to improvements in efficiency, right? So when you think about the next generation thinking of dairy farmers and nutritional approaches into the ruminant sector or the dairy sector, I think it's continued to drive that efficiency on the animals, so the animals to produce more with the resources that they give, that not only provides better economic metrics on the milk production, but also when we look in the environmental impact. Now it's a very
Right.
hot topic in the dairy side. Also, new develops on microbiome, understanding really, what are the microbes that are within the rumen, and what are they working, what they're turning on and off, and how dietary, strategies can impact the play of those microbes into production. And but overall, I think dairy farmers wanted to continue to be profitable. They want to continue to be, part of a solution. And for us in the allied industries, just to continue to enable them to do so from, efficiencies across the entire production system, not only milk, but also the environmental impact, and all the ecosystem that live within that dairy system itself.
Very good. And this group that you're part of, creation, design, and development, that's really what you guys do, right?
That is correct. So the team, it's a high talented team across
Yeah.
many species. So we have swine experts, poultry experts, ruminant experts. And what we're really trying is to find those solutions to
Right.
customers' challenges. If we don't have one, how we can co-partner on designing, something that would be the potential solution to address that challenge. So very dynamic, very creative, every day just working to help, all producers and livestock producers out there in the world.
Looking at those advancements, right? I mean, I think it's an exciting group to be part of. So, yeah.
We really like and have a lot of fun.
Very good. Thanks so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Sarah. Glad to be here.
Thank you. This is Sarah Mikesel with the Dairy Site.